Hello all. Well, as happened last time with Alpha Core, I've already got my issue of Yaira #1. I would have gotten it 3 days earlier, but the courier gave me a delivery date, then decided to try and deliver it when I wasn't there. It was packaged as well as all Rippaverse comics are, so arrived in mint condition. And it's the standard print if you've had the other comics, really nice paper, really quality comic. Full disclaimer first, I didn't really understand all the clamour for a Yaira comic after her appearance in Isom 1. There wasn't much to her for me to get engaged. Maybe it was TNA, as those are the comics that sell best in the indie sphere. Mind you, it could also have been a clever marketing ploy by Eric. I wasn't really going to bother until I saw a couple of interviews with the writers, the Soska sisters, on Hills vs Babyface and A Drink with Crazy, and found them genuinely engaging and entertaining, so became far more interested. It's true what they say, you buy from people. Though let's just say it was a good job I ordered the comic before the live action trailer came out, because that would have put me off. So let's get into it, and I won't be giving any spoilers. I'd say overall it was over ambitious. The basic story idea is good, but there's way too much to fit into one issue, and it feels somewhat overwritten. As a result, it feels very wordy, rushed, and the art can become overcrowded. It's not helped by the narrative and dialogue repeating itself a couple of times, and parts that took longer than needed. At one point, I struggled to understand what was happening, and it lacks defined scene changes, so sometimes jump and odd things just seem to come out of the blue. It took me a while to get into Yaira's character, as she just felt like a bit of a dick whose motivations didn't really make much sense. But as the book went on, I got to understand her more, which is definitely a positive. But I'm still not ultimately sure what it is she wants. It answered some questions about her, but left more open, and that's probably just about the right amount for me. I also have no clue where her ice powers came from. Is it me, but I don't remember anything like that in previous appearances or promotional art? The villains were okay, they were defined, and I understood who they were for as much as we got, but they were hampered by that repetitive dialogue, which made them seem incredibly dumb. Alpha Core also feel like different people again, and I didn't think the secondary character, Martinez, was overly well developed. She was a bit up and down occasionally. Onto the art. It's weird. It feels at times like there are two different people drawing it. Some of it looks really naive, but other bits look like someone inspired by George Perez. Deborah Carreta is the only one credited, so maybe it's the Incas, as there are two of them. Django Gomez and 137 Studio. Apologies for pronunciation there. But there's a definite difference with some of it. At times it's very 1990s indie comics and looks like someone who learned to draw comics from reading comics rather than studying figure and form. Something once said to me about my art, and I'm not sure what's going on with those boobs either. Occasionally the expressions don't fit the dialogue, but there are also a lot of blank faces. Here and there the pages are overcrowded, certainly earlier in the book, with a lot of panels in a weird layout so the edges don't always feel defined, especially on those pages without much tonal difference between the panels. Again, not uncommon for Perez to do lots of panels, but in this case it's the action scenes, and to me they need more prominence on the page to get that drama and dynamism. Weirdly again, that starts happening as you go through the book, almost like Deborah wasn't sure she'd fit it all in, so crammed stuff at the beginning, then realised she had more pages after all. I actually thought there were two colourists at one point, instead of just Jay Brown, as sometimes the colours work really well and the pages sing, but others, possibly when he's being more ambitious, they're a bit muddy. Overall, I'd say it's better than the first issue of Isom. It had good character growth for Yaira, and revealed enough to keep me interested, and held back enough to leave unanswered questions. But there was definitely more story here than could fit into one book, and as with other Rippaverse books, it feels like it needed another once over. So have you got your copy yet, and do you agree, or do you think I'm way off? If you've enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. Thanks very much for listening, I do appreciate it, and peace out.